Welcome back to These Things Are Written on this Wednesday. Glad that you have joined us as we look at Genesis chapter 8. But before we begin, just a quick reminder of how 7 ended, on a note of destruction and death that was caused by the flood. We now begin with verse 1 of chapter 8, and notice how it starts. But God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the water subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed. The rain from the heavens was restrained, and the waters receded from the earth continually. By the end of 150 days, the waters had abated. And in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. And the waters continued to abate until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day, the tops of the mountains were seen. 40 days in the ark of continual rain, and they were still in the ark when it was over. So 110 more days they were adrift, floating around, still in the ark. But then it hit ground, landed on a mountain, got stuck there, and they were no longer moving around as much. It was getting closer, but they were still in the ark. 73 more days, and then the mountaintops could be seen. But they were still in the ark. Over 220 days had gone by, and they were still in the ark together. Now, that's close to about how long some people have been self-isolating due to COVID. And even in those situations, they have been able to maybe go out for a drive in their car, run to the store real quick, go do something to get out of the house, if it's even just simply walk around their backyard. But 223 days waiting and still knowing that while you could see the tops of the mountains, it would still be a long time before you could get down. Let's continue now with verse 13. A reminder, I do recommend that you read all of the chapter to get an understanding. The verses I left out were about Noah releasing a raven and then a dove to see how things were. Let's pick up now with verse 13. In the 601st year, on the first month of the first day of the month, the waters were dried from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth had dried out. Then God said to Noah, "Go out of your ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you, all of flesh, all flesh, birds and animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may swarm on the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth." So Noah went out, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that moves on the earth went out by families from the ark. Then Noah built the ark of the Lord and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And when the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, the Lord said in his heart, "I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intention of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I ever again strike down every living creature as I have done. While the earth remains, seedtime and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease." This is the word of the Lord. Over 1 year on the ark. And then finally, God gave the command that you can leave, you can go down. The first thing that you notice that Moses, I keep saying Moses, I mean Noah, that Noah did was to offer a sacrifice to the Lord. The clean animals that were good for sacrifice. Why would he do this? To give thanks to the Lord God for saving each and every one of them. You see, it was a response of faith. Just as his obedience was a response of faith, so was this offering. And so, in a way, are our offerings that we give to the Lord through our church, through our donations to ministries. They are a response of faith that we have to the Lord. Our faith in the Lord responding in thus saying that we trust him with all that we have. And notice God's response. He gives a promise that never again will he do this to mankind. He understands that man's heart is evil from when he's a youth, but yet he gives this promise that he will never destroy them again. He doesn't give a visible sign yet, that is yet to come. We'll pick that up again tomorrow. One thing that I wanted to point out once again is a really good resource about the whole ark. And in fact, I believe they are the group that has also created the Ark Adventure in Kentucky, which shows a life-size replica of the ark, a way to show how all of the animals could be there and could live and could survive. It's a wonderful resource. Again, that is answersingenesis.org, I believe, is the website. And I do recommend it, that you take a look. They do a great job of helping us understand the science behind creation, the science behind the ark. God bless. We'll be back tomorrow as we pick up again, this time chapter 9, more about what happened following the ark. We'll see you then.